Hello, and welcome to YAM News. Mum fuming as daughter 13 gets chest binder at school and is urged not to tell parents. A Maine mum has called for an investigation into her 13-year-old daughter's school after she claims a social worker gave the teen a gender transitioning device known as a chest binder and encouraged her to keep it a secret from her parents. Amber Levine of Damariscotta told the National Review that she had found her daughter's chest flattening garment in December and confronted the teen, who claimed a friend gave it to her. "I want you to think long and hard if there's anything else you want to share with me about this, because I am going to reach out to your friend's mum," Levine told her daughter. The girl then admitted she got the device at the Great Salt Bay Community School, where she had been reassigned to a new social worker, Samuel Roy, according to the outlet. But school officials never informed the mother, and Roy never reached out to her, according to the National Review. Levine said that when she discovered the chest binder, she emailed Superintendent Lindsay Johnston and Principal Kim Scharf. Scharf called her the next morning to ask for more details about the binder and what exactly was in it, she said. "Because in her mind, I'm talking about like a free ring binder, something you should find in a school," Levine told the news outlet. "In a phone conversation, I poured my heart out to this woman. She absolutely validated my feelings and made me feel like something was going to be done," she said. Levine said that during the meeting with Scharf and Johnston, they both sat there and expressed grave concern for what happened with my daughter. After the meeting with Roy, the school officials appeared to support the social worker and did not answer Levine's questions or turn over any record citing the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, the National Review said. "These people had no desire to work with me as a human being," the mum said of the school board and district leaders. Levine also found out that the school staff had been referring to her daughter by a new name and by male pronouns. "I feel like my rights were violated and my daughter's education was put on the back burner," Levine told the Washington Times. "I feel like they overstepped and drove a wedge between my child and her family." Levine pulled her daughter out of the school. She's being represented by attorneys from the Arizona-based Goldwater Institute, who argue that the school's actions are unconstitutional and violate her rights. A letter sent to the school board chairman, Samuel Belknap, by the Goldwater Institute said the actions violated Miss Levine's fundamental constitutional right to control and direct the education, upbringing, and healthcare decisions of her daughter, as protected by the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, the Washington Times reported. The Conservative Public Policy Research and Litigation Group called for a probe into Roy's actions and for the board to update its policies to make it clear that parents must be advised of decisions affecting their children's mental health and physical well-being. Parents aren't going to be able to effectively ensure the safety of their kids if they're missing out on critical information involving their kids, Institute lawyer Adam Shelton told the Review. In a recent letter to the community, school officials claimed that certain parties are spreading a grossly inaccurate and one-sided story, adding that they could not respond due to confidentiality reasons, according to the outlet. "Those promoting this false narrative are apparently disturbed by our school's ongoing and steadfast commitment to providing all students with safe and equal access to educational opportunities without discrimination because of, among other things, sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity, as the Maine Human Rights Act requires," the latter reportedly said. Levine acknowledged that her daughter is struggling with her gender identity, but said that when she was younger, she liked painting her fingernails and putting on makeup. "That's one of the most bizarre things about this," she told the National Review. "I wanted so badly for my daughter to be an athlete because I was an athlete. I was a wicked tomboy growing up. I'm like, she's going to be a basketball superstar. I couldn't get this kid to pick up a basketball and throw it at me to save her life. She was into tutus and My Little Ponies," Levine said. "The first time I really started to hear her discuss gender ideology in general, she started talking about a friend being pansexual and another being polysexual," she continued. "I'm like, why are we talking sexual right now? You're 11. Shelton, the Goldwater Institute lawyer, agreed that the girl had a right to meet with Roy confidentially, but he noted that the social transitioning involved the entire school as a whole, not just the counselor. He claimed school officials overstepped their bounds when they took active steps to encourage or assist the girl with a social transition. That's the big difference for us. When it goes from kind of listening and just hearing to actively doing something in support of it, Shelton told the outlet. Once you go into that active situation, you have to at least inform parents about what's going on with their children. Because if this is something that's going to be a large life-changing decision, parents should know so parents can support their children, he added. Levine said she has come under attack on social media by members of the generally left-wing community. She also said that her relationship with her daughter has become strained as a result of the ordeal. She's having a hard time because she thinks that she's a boy, and I'm not allowing her to make life-altering decisions right now that are irreversible, Levine said. And I think for her, that's just me being an unsupportive mum. She added, if she at 18 starts taking testosterone and decides to mutilate her body, am I going to express to her some concerns? Absolutely. Am I going to write my kiddo off? Never in a million years. This is a baby girl at the end of the day. I'm not going to destroy my relationship with my child to be right, Levine added. The National Review said its multiple efforts to reach Belknap, Johnston, Scharf and Roy were unsuccessful. Here at YAM, we have been alerting the body of Christ about the need to build a kingdom economy, especially the need for more kingdom schools. This story is a perfect example of why believers cannot trust the education system to educate their child. The aim of the beast system is to indoctrinate our children to the point that they become the enemies within. Kingdom schools, when operated correctly, are more than just schools. They are discipleship centers that teach and train children to fear God and to keep His commandments. They instruct children in the way of holiness, teaching them to deny ungodliness and worldly lust, and that they should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Our children must be taught to defy the beast system, so that they will not compromise by being conformed to the beast image or taking his mark. Don't wait till it's too late to wake up. Support kingdom schools. Invest in your children's spiritual lives so that they do not become prey to the enemy. That's all from YAM News today. Stay close to Christ.